Hello. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Bible Study Girl podcast. This is Sarita, but you probably know me as Bible Study Girl. And here on the mic with us today is Bible Study Brother, the executive producer of this shebang.
Hello, people. It's BSB, also known as Icarus Gray. When you try something new, you mess it up. But also over at Gray Area Anime that you can check out, executive produced by my wife, Prima Diva. Go like and subscribe.
Yeah, I've been on there before.
You have?
Mm-hmm. A couple times. Fun times.
Even more times you'll be on there.
As soon as you get me some episodes to watch.
Yep. I had a whole job today to do that I didn't do.
You did not do. I could have watched some episodes for you today. So, guys, hope everyone's doing well, that life is treating you nicely, that the sun is shining wherever you are. But even if it's not,
you gotta have a vision.
You gotta have a vision. And sometimes our vision gets cloudy. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's raining outside. Sometimes COVID falls from the sky.
And changes all the visions.
And changes all the visions. But it doesn't necessarily have to. You might have guessed that our episode today is all about vision.
Not just visions. Vision boarding.
Oh, look at you.
Because there was a thing that we did.
There was a thing that we did. The first Friday of 2020, I sent out an invitation for people to gather at Bible Study Mama's house so that we could vision board. Let me tell you, Bible Study Brother wasn't that pumped about it, but he came.
I am not as arts and crafts as my sister is.
Clearly.
I'm the muscle and the electronics of whatever most things that she may need. She, however, is the decorator, and I'm the tall person. So tell me where to put stuff.
Well, the thing is about the vision board, it doesn't have to be visually appealing, like ready to go into a museum. It's just a reminder of the intentions that you have. Doesn't have to be pretty. So maybe that's why you felt like it needed to be. No.
Okay. Here's my holding point on it. I haven't had one or a lot of visions. I've had thoughts on things that I wanted.
Right.
But it's hard for me to make it plain. You talk about this all the time. The reason I'm so verbose is because it's hard for me to make it plain. And just because I feel like if I just say, I want a white car, that somehow I'm going to end up with a white Hot Wheels. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, for me, vision boarding isn't about necessarily like, this is what I want. You know, because God's not a genie. We don't rub the bottle and he comes out. But for me, a vision board party was important because I need to be more intentional about my life instead of just being willy-nilly. So, Lord, what is it you will have for me? What do I need to learn? Like, what should I be focusing on this year? And plus, you know, I'm a planner. Like, I like to have a plan. And even though this life is not mine, it's God's. God is in control. He's writing this story.
But you have to create the expectation.
Right.
You have to create the expectation of the things that you're asking for God to do in your life. He tells you to tell him.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a matter of about the completion of it or not, because if you don't need it, he's not giving certain things to you, but he's going to lead you to those answers. If your expectation is, I want to own $1 million company. Mm-hmm. If he gives you $100,000 company because of whatever reasons he wanted you to understand finance in this way or whatever the case may be, you're helping more people at that pay grade or whatever, that's what he had for you. But your expectations, like it's still $1 million industry by the things that you're doing or something like that. But like, you know,
I just wanted to put on a board. I've put God in a box. I have lowered, previously I had lowered expectations because, I do have the mindset that God is not a genie. You can't rub him and get what you want. So I was just kind of like, this is good enough. But taking the limits off, putting it out there, he definitely has been direct to me. When I look at my vision board, which is another reason I wanted to talk about it, because, Bible study cousin came on and she talked about her vision board because she also attended the vision board party. But like everything on her vision board is here, like it's happening. It is now. And so I kind of wanted to revisit my vision board.
And that's what I was going to say. We'll do yours first. Mine is very, very, very short. I have things on there, but I'm also building to my expectations in the same way with you, because no one came and got me and said, "Hey, fam, play basketball or do whatever it was." I'm like, I don't know what to expect. Ain't nobody expecting nothing of me, kind of thing. But whereas you, like, there's more foundational things that I think have always been in place. You just got to get to that. Huzzah!
What is that? Verbal. Make that make sense.
So
I gotta get to the.
You've always been a princess or you've always been a queen. You just got to get your kingdom.
Oh, look at you!
Make that's more plain. I think
maybe
because like you've always been royal.
You are royal too, my brother.
I know, but I mean,
we're all royalty. If you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior,
well,
you're part of the royal priesthood.
Well, Cinderella, you know what I'm talking about. Like, don't do this, Cinderella. You know what I'm talking about. You just had to get your glass slipper. That's all.
Have I found it yet?
Ooh, you're getting there.
You think so?
Oh, I think you found the fit because I think we both have. For a long time, there was a mix of, and this is going to be on another podcast called Growing Up, a mix of like what it was we desired for our lives versus getting older. And I feel like the big turn happened around the wedding and everything where our mindsets have started to shift to what does God want me to do?
100%.
He literally broke us apart in that way, or allowed us to be broken apart for that amount of time. I said he, when we all had choices. Anyway.
Yeah, we made choices, child.
But, there was this building and refocusing to where, like you said, we never probably would have gotten here without that.
I don't think so.
Like it wouldn't have even been a thing because we just would have been like, we would have done stuff. We might have done this once or twice.
I don't think so.
Like I'm saying, if none of that
you're
happened,
talking about the podcast.
Yeah,
don't think so.
You don't think so at all? Without the.
No.
You don't think you would have came to like?
I would have been I would have been a guest. Would you have let me be a guest? No, because let me tell you. No, okay.
I'm not saying like that doesn't happen at all.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like I'm saying that doesn't happen at all. We're still a thou wow together. Like there's nothing that would incentivize us in terms of like, dog, we have to testify about this.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like we would have just. It would have been like one of those, okay, Joe and Sarita have a cool idea. First time I've used their names. And we
Does that feel weird to you?
A little bit. Because I hardly ever say my name than your name.
Okay.
We would have done something. It would have been fun, but then that would have been it. Because we would have it would have satisfied our need to do something fun.
Right.
Versus we're doing this for God kind of
Gotcha.
thing. Yeah.
So I feel like for me, it's interesting to hear you say that you needed to put something down to look at to set your expectations. So I'm glad vision boarding ended up not being a terrible experience for you because the whole time you were there, you had a sourpuss. Grumpy McGrumperson.
75% of that had nothing to do with you.
Well, okay, fine. I just know your wife could be a part of my amen corner, but we got it done. Like even like I was like, this board is awfully empty. Anyways, the point is that we both were able to set some expectations out. So can I talk? You want me to talk about my board first and the things that are on?
Yes, I will. Really quick. Okay. Your vision board is your vision board for things that you want to bring in. My vision board, kind of like I'm no longer just a one.
Well, you guys had 2 vision boards going on. You had our married. This is our married vision, and this is what I want individually. So you guys really had
the things were there, but you got to understand that when you're there, you still think about like I'm like, okay, I kind of want this, but like, will this work? But this would like. I have that issue. So it's like, again, like I said, it didn't have nothing to do with you or the wife. 75% of that was just
your internal struggle, change,
trying
newness.
to actually say, this is what I want. And like, I don't have a lot of that in me.
I get it. You struggle with newness. That was a very new activity. Mm-hmm. You struggle with change. And this board.
But I would have done it like if.
What I'm saying is the board is all about change. It's not about life remaining the same. It's about change.
Yes, but the difference being, like, had we done this prior to marriage and everything, it would have just been something we did. And I would have been like, oh, well, can I put this on here or can I put that on there? And you would have like done this thing to where you would have like guided me through it versus, oh, this is real. Like, I'm married. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the things I put on this board, it's not like I'm saying I want a wife and then when she gets here, like, oh my God. It's like, no, she here. Like, these things affect her too in a certain way.
I got you. Like, so even your individual board, it's like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm like, and I'm, you know, you
really internalized this board.
Because because the things that I want out of life in terms of being a leader or being the head of a household or whatever the case may be, these are the things that I'm trying to put on a board. And I'm also trying to figure out, like, oh my God, we're actually going to, like, it's more, God went in the building. Like, I needed to seek in a sense because I'm still thinking, in fact, like, did she just put a house on her board? Like, how many kids she got on her board? You know, like, what? Like, what is that? Like, what is that?
I got you.
Like, is that?
So you had a whole. I just had like, my own.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, like, so I had to deal with the like. My thing is, I'm not only, and then it's like our families were there.
Yeah, it's a whole. Your mother-in-law was there. Your sister-in-law was there. Like, there was a lot of people in the building. For
like, like for me, like. And this is something that you have to deal with on a daily, but it's harder for me to just dream.
Yeah.
Like, when I could just dream, it was just me. Like, it was just me and my imagination, and I didn't share my imagination or thoughts with people. Like, even when I tell Nate about my dreams, because she's such a good partner, and even though, like, for me, it just normally, like, makes me scared. Like, oh my God, you had that idea? Why don't we do it? And I'm like, no. Whoa. Yeah. Like, this is just it's just a little imagination to razzle dazzle, you know? Like, you don't make this reality. Like, you just think about it, it makes you happy, and you go on. Like, but anyway, sorry for taking up a lot of your time.
Every relationship needs a dreamer and a down to earther. You need the balance. You need the back and forth, the pull.
I'm telling you, she is the dreamer.
She's the dreamer. And so
if
vision boarding
was a city in the clouds, that is where she would want for us to live, and we would live there. Like, I would be wanting, like, let's just live in the tree that's up in the clouds.
And she's I
want the clouds.
Yeah, full cloud home.
If there were homes underwater, this is a random tangent, she'd want to go there, and I'd let her go by herself.
Oh, you are so
I've already said that me and the kids will be on land. Because she had this bitch. She said, if we could, I said, ma'am, you know I have whole claustrophobic fits about seeing things that are larger than me in the water. Like, you can't see them coming up. Anyway.
Okay, back to visions.
Get your vision board off the ground before I take this whole episode telling people about my phobias and fears and oh Lord.
But I like vision boards because they allow us to dream. They like I said earlier, like, expand our minds. Don't put God in a box. Just throw it all out there. what's going to happen is what he wants to happen. But I also wanted to be more intentional this year and just think about the dreams that I have, and look at my dreams and see about them happening. So I actually have 2 vision boards. Yeah.
So break down your vision board. And also, I've just now realized I had to take my headphones off for like a second to sneeze or whatever I did. I don't know what I just did. That's how old I am. You have a radio voice. It's so funny.
Do I?
You do. It changed. Like, I didn't even know. Like, until I was like, she's intentional with the way she's speaking right now. And she be talking about me all the time in my radio voice.
Yeah, that's your radio voice.
Agreed.
I do have a radio voice. I do.
Especially now. Like, anyway, whatever.
We'll talk about.
Let's do this vision board, because I'm all over the place. But this is us. This is the podcast. This is what you signed up for.
This is it.
Jesus, take the wheel.
And that's what we want him to do every time. Because
Amen.
he knows us. So I have 2 vision boards. One vision board I made when I was at Haven, which is the retreat I went to deal with my childhood trauma. It's great.
Check that episode out.
Did we talk about it? We did not talk about it. It's in the blogs, though.
Check the vlog out, and then later check the episode out that will be coming.
Yeah, we have not talked about my Haven experience because COVID and stuff. So I made the vision board in Haven in December of 2019, and so that's what gave me the idea to do it, for like everybody to come together to do a vision board. And that vision board really for me is more about like healing and having a happy, healthy, whole life. So on that vision board, I have a girl running. I have a girl who's messed up, like not like disfigured or anything, but she's got different colors all over her. She's dirty. She's not pretty. She's not perfect, but she's enjoying life and she's living life the best way she can. I have a smiling girl, a girl that's saying that you can have this kind of life. You can have joy. You can have peace. So I have a big letters that say chill out, because I do tend to be a little anal. So I need to like relax that a little bit.
You're miles and miles away from what you used to be about stuff like that.
I am.
Like, it's, I mean, as we say these things, like I'm around you all the time, so the changes are more gradual. But then, like, when I think, I'm like, good God, we are different people.
Yeah.
From where we like.
Oh yes.
It's night and day. Oh yeah.
Oh yes, sir. It's just a lot of healthy. You can live life. There's a girl out in the garden. There's a scene in the mountains.
Are you doing both or are you doing one?
I'm doing my Haven one first.
Okay, I was making sure.
I'm saying before I've had a community vision board party, like I said, this vision board was just about getting to a healthy, whole me. Healthy, whole me. And so it's got lots of positivity, lots of
chill out is my favorite.
Chill out. Exactly. I need that reminder though, because you know I can be very okay. So and then my second vision board, the one that I made at the top of 2020, is more, it's less about personal healing. It's more about, well, what do you see for yourself in the future? Like, this is because my health and healing board is still, you know, who I want to be in the future, but it really was a reminder for me to be intentional every day about being a healthier person. 2020 vision board night party was about, and after this. So what does it look like? So I have really big words that says happiness after heartbreak, because, you know, 2019 was a hard year for me.
He who shall not be named. Continue.
I have on there moments that changed my life, babies on board, that this year will be the year that my dreams come true. Miracles is on my board. I'm anticipating miracles. I have a lady holding a baby on her chest, and my handsome husband. Cause see, I was looking for a man to put on my vision board. It was really hard, but I came across this picture of Idris Elba, and I know he's somebody else's man, but he's just it's symbolic. So he's watching.
He actually is somebody else's man. Because I was about to be
no, he really is.
No, I know he is, but I also want to be like, shout out to Charmaine, who I think also used Idris.
I think she used him too. Like we were both just like, okay, where are the men in these magazines? Who brought these magazines? Like, where are the dudes? So he was a dude. I guess he was popping at that time.
If I was giving, it felt like giving on, like y'all would have men for days, because I do have a collection of GQs, but I wouldn't.
He wouldn't bring them.
I wouldn't for let them be.
He is so rude. We would have had a lot of man selection, but somebody had to be selfish anyway. And also on my vision board, it says moments that changed my life, and so I'm anticipating that there will be lots of moments this year that really.
Hello, COVID.
Right. I didn't, but. It's on there. It just let me know that, moments that changed my life. So there's lots of things on my vision board. There's a big, beautiful new home on my vision board. A million ways to party, a million ways to save, which I have learned with the no incomes. Like
I said,
so
everything on there.
I ain't got no baby and no man.
You can't right now. Social distancing, which should allow you to.
I do have happiness. I mean, I have happiness after heartbreak.
Yeah,
I do. I have a lot of happiness, a lot of joy beyond happiness. I have a lot of joy. I feel really settled in a good way. Like my emotions have leveled off, and I'm not down in the deep, deep pits.
And that's what the isolation did. Because initially, you were gonna isolate just out of pure forget this.
Yeah.
I done. Versus now, this was more of a healing rest.
It was.
Like, so you can, like,
last year I had isolation. You're right. Last year I had isolation because I was like done with life. I was done with people. I was done with the world.
People.
Yeah. Shout out to Jonathan McReynolds. Love his music.
Hey.
What?
Bring it back.
Bring it back. I didn't even go there. If your mama was on here, she would have. We'll talk about her later, but I love his music. Her. No, not right now, please. No. And ask her about her vision I can't. No, I can't. Like, I don't have the strength.
It's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna be a special segment of calling her randomly to see if she notices that she's on the podcast.
No, she won't notice. She'll just be talking randomly, and I do think that is a fun. It's a fun little punch because she's gonna answer the phone. But anyway, not today. And so I also have a picture of Michelle Obama on my vision board. I don't know why, just she's there. So that's it. That's all for my 2020 vision board. We'll see how life unfolds. COVID has changed my life. It's a moment that changed my life. But I have moments that changed my life. Being unemployed for a long stretch of time really has made me realize where my help comes from and where my strength comes from, and that really is God. That's not a cliche saying. It's that's something real and true, and
it's happening every week. Every time I've kind of like wondered where a bill was gonna get paid or any of that, like something comes out of God air. I'd say nowhere, but God air.
You hear that? That was the air. The God air. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about your vision board because you don't have nearly as much on your vision.
It's a really easy breakdown. So the things that I put on my vision board, there's a plane.
Okay. Travel?
Yes, because I want to actually travel on a plane. I have not traveled on a plane since I was in elementary school.
Okay.
And I wanted to, my big thing was going to Japan. I really want to go to Japan. Experience the cuisine, the culture, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you're really into it. You and your wife.
True that. I also have leadership because I want to be a good leader. I'm not a natural born leader. That's not my thing. I do what I'm supposed to do. And I mean, that could be natural born in the sense that like you just lead by doing and by example, but that's just not what I've seen from other people. What's funny is we did these personality tests.
You and your wife?
Well, me and my wife, we had Charmaine do one. I think we had you do one. and it will tell you like what kind of personality type you are.
I wasn't.
Well, we'll send it to you. I'll figure it out because it's a whole little thing. And the people that apparently my personality lined up with was like Martin Luther King and other.
I have done that.
Yeah, that's
I think our cousin sent it to us. She did it at her job, and then I need to go back and look and see what mine was.
Yeah,
okay.
And so I was like, I know you did it.
Yeah, I did.
So kind of being tired, like I don't see that, and it's kind of hard to. Wow, no, that all the way picked up. That picked up.
Sorry.
Excuse y'all. Sorry about that. No, I'm saying that picked up. Okay. That's what I'm telling. I'm telling you they heard it.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. I'll take the brunt of that. Excuse me. Even though it wasn't me. Anyway, moving on. So we real. It happens. So
if you don't come out,
I'm sorry.
You could have
so many jokes.
Listen,
I could.
You could have. You could though. We had a whole. Okay, get back.
It was too solid. Like I was looking because then I was like, wait a minute.
No.
Anyway, so leadership. It's something that's kind of hard to see, and you ain't. Like
also known as Gray Rose. I cannot stand you. Okay, go ahead. Leadership.
That's not something that you would have been like, yeah, brother, I see that in you. And so therefore I wouldn't have been like, I can do it. Like, I just do what I'm supposed to do. So like being a better leader, being more intentional in the things that I do for me and my family in a way that is a good husband in stepping into that.
Do y'all have a family mission statement?
I'm sure we do. I'm sure I didn't write it, but I'm sure we do.
Okay, leader, go ahead.
I listen. What I'm telling you is that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
My wife is a lovely partner that walks beside me most times and will step in front of me if
need be,
if feels the need.
Okay.
So I have that. I have Daddy's little girl is on there because I want a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, God told me I was gonna have a girl, and I'm just rocking with what He told me.
4 boys and still no girl. You trying for a girl still?
I told you that.
Okay.
You found the loophole in my planning. When initially we conspired, I only want to have 2 kids. The compromise I've made is 3.
Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens once you have 1.
No. She'll see what happens when she has 1. Like I got my intentions and I got my plans. It's normally the person that, like you, for instance, you be wanting 8, and every year
12.
You've gone down. Like it's been a couple years. You're at least down to 9 and or 10.
Yeah, but we'll see once I have 1.
We'll see. But it's more about you got to get it because like I'm like I'm here. Like more so, I want the big family and the big things, and it's got to come. Like we've had expectations for someone else to have changes and things of that nature. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah,
kind of thing. So that's kind of where I was with that.
Okay,
it's just,
Daddy's little girl. What else is on this board?
What else? Something about getting in shape. I'm sure.
Okay, how's that going?
I mean, I'm a shape. So I mean, you can say it's going pretty well.
I think, you have a shape.
It's going pretty well.
Yep. And anytime, what's crazy is Bible study mama was like, because you called while we were walking, and she was like, oh, we should invite him.
Oh, no, I heard her. I was like, hang up quick. And when you hang up quick, and I was like, good job.
I was like, he's not, but the outside but go ahead.
The outside don't get along. But and I think there's definitely something about God on there. I know I put something on there, just kind of like centering my life. And this is beforehand, before accepting.
Before you accepted your call.
And everything. Yeah. And like, so, there have been immediate changes. But I just it's still a little bare, and I still need to go back and like kind of put some more things on there.
I think it's a great starting point. Yeah. It's not empty. Your expectations are not zero.
No, I have expectations. Yeah. It's just I think the biggest thing before we as we wrap up, because we have done both of ours, for me is it didn't feel like I could expect, because the thing with me is, and we talked about this I think in a previous podcast about overwork in the church or something.
Yeah.
But the thing was, I did what I was asked to do. So I didn't like overexceed. So I never felt like the things I would work hard on, I know I worked hard on. But because I didn't do a million different other things, it was hard for me to feel like I'm deserving of him giving me things like this or things like that. So changing my expectation to understanding that God blesses me for doing his work. You know, God blesses me for just loving God, or God just blesses me just to bless me.
Yeah.
And that's the whole nature of planting seeds in others and doing other things, and that you can expect things to be grand and great. Is something that's kind of new for me.
Even though COVID has come and a lot of people have stopped dreaming, I haven't stopped dreaming. I still have dreams and visions and expectations that God is going to do miracles, signs, and wonders in my life. And I am excited to see where he takes me, where he leads me next on this journey.
So, if you've done a vision board, please send pictures. Take pictures of your vision board. Send them to BibleStudyGirl2019@gmail.com, or, just shoot your pictures in the DMs on the Instagram over at _BibleStudyGirl, or post them on Twitter at BibleStudyGirl2, and then Facebook. Hit us on the book with the pictures, because I think it's kind of good to see that we're all just still dreaming.
We're all still
expecting and believing in the supernatural God that will answer our prayers and do those things in his time. Don't forget that, y'all. In his time.
I would love to get pictures of vision boards in my DMs instead of what I get.
Oh, wow. Well, we went there. So,
it's true.
It's not they preach. It's not DMs preach. It's not, I almost said the holiday. It's not any of that preaching. It's we preach.
And until we meet again, guys, keep preaching.